Hi, I'm Dr. Varudhini Kankipati and welcome to my channel. I get a lot of parents who come to me asking me about their children. They tell me, Varu, is my child doing well or not? And so I thought, okay, let me put out a small little video on helping all parents out there to see if there's a measure of how well your child is doing in some ways. So the first tip is to see if your child is energy-wise has changed over the last 2 to 3 months. If you notice that your child is low in energy, normally very energetic, but somehow has lost that energy, doesn't want to really go out and play much, doesn't want to meet friends or family or relatives, is not showing any enthusiasm to do things like, go to a birthday party or things that normally the child, your child would be so happy and excited about, and they're not showing any interest in it. Another sign would be if your child is not able to emotionally regulate their feelings. So you notice that, their anger is really severe. They're not able to manage their emotions. If they're crying, they're just crying, and the child is struggling to kind of get themselves back to normal. That's another sign. Another one is if they're losing concentration very quickly, nothing is keeping them engaged. They're, wanting to only be on video games all day and nothing else. Of course, that's also another problem, which is online gaming and being on the internet too much and an internet addiction, but we'll talk about that some other time. But here at this point, we're talking about how the child doesn't want to engage with the rest of life and only wants to be kind of left alone. Then that's definitely a sign that something's going on. So all the things I've been talking about, right? Like for example, the child shows low mood, is not able to regulate their emotions, they're having disturbed sleep or not wanting to do things much. Another one would be that, they're very clingy, they want you around but not want you really to talk to them. So that's another one. So if you're seeing signs of these things, I think it's a good idea to stop and think about what changes have happened over the environment over the last 4 to 5 months. Once you started noticing this change in behavior from your child, you can also ask the child how they're doing emotionally. And please remember, if you tell a child, oh, how are you doing? The child's not going to have the vocabulary to tell you what they're going through because they don't process it that age. They have to learn to understand what that question means, and they have to learn how to give you a response back. So when you say, hey, ask your child, is something wrong? They might not understand what to say at that moment. So break it down and say, hey, is everything okay at school? How are your friends? So start trying to break it into pieces to investigate if everything is okay for the child, with teachers, with friends, with neighbors, with relatives, with family members. And that's the way you kind of break it down and help the child to maybe communicate if there is something that's bothering them, or that they're upset about something. I hope these tips have helped you to kind of just do a bare minimal assessment of your child, and to also keep in mind that, just like adults, children go through their ups and downs with things that are happening in their lives. And I know parents are very involved, but there could be things that, your child doesn't know how to express. So trying to learn how to do that is very, very helpful for you. I hope this video helped in some way. And if you did enjoy it, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.